What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. Today is Wednesday, November the 30th, 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about today our favorite platform here in the space. Yes, and I say that proudly, even today, right? And we all know what today is. I just said it. We're going to talk about a few of the things that's happened this week. Great conversation that we had with one of our uplines and one of my personal mentors, Dap Dunbar. I just want to clap that up because that was awesome. And I'm so glad a lot of you were able to see it, join on with us. We had close to 200 people on with us yesterday. And I think we were able to provide a little bit of value. Before we get too in deep with what we're talking about today, I want to make sure that I say this. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And I am not your financial advisor. All right. I'm just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking out that crypto in many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. And if you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, just make sure that you hit that notification bell as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a busy week with Novatech. We've seen some different things happen. We have seen, the first thing that I want to emphasize is that we have seen it stay consistent in being able to get our withdrawals. Well, my withdrawal. I did get my withdrawal when I expected to get my withdrawal, and nothing changed from that front. Now, of course, what we all know was the elephant in the room was this cease and refrain order from California. We spoke about that in our talk with DAP a couple days ago. So if you didn't see that, you should go check that out. It was our latest live, and it was an amazing time we had. But just to reiterate where I am I worried about this cease and refrain order as far as my capital is concerned? One, no. Two, I'm not in California, so it doesn't affect me. Now, there was a lot of people asking whether the notification that we shared before from Novatech was real because other people didn't get it. Now, the first explanation to that is, well, if you're not in California, you did not get that notification. If you didn't sign up, or if your sign up, it did not come from California, then you probably didn't get that information. However, in summary, what that note said from Novatech was, we have been told about this cease and refrain order. It has not been formally presented to us from the state of California. However, since they decided to post it, we're going to do our part and contact them and see what it is that's going on. They said, rest assured that your funds are safe. So I had no reason to trip. For many reasons, I had no reason to trip. But we talked about it. And one of the things that we talked about while we were talking with DAP is, as a company is growing, and we've seen this in a few other platforms, but it happens in different ways with different platforms, right? And when you've gotten all these inquiries of a company, or you've got some haters out there, or you got some people out there that want to believe that Novatech is too good to be true. They want to put their whole life savings into Novatech for whatever reason. But they want to inquire with the state to see if the state believes that it's legit. Of course, from the way that Novatech responded, they obviously did not hear from the state themselves. However, they're going to be in communication. One of the things that I heard on a call was there are actually some people that have been involved in the state government in California that are in Novatech. And they said, well, we're going to be talking to the government. We're going to be talking to the people in place to let them know that Novatech is changing lives. It's not something that we view as some kind of scheme or scam. Now, those of you that know me know I don't really like that word, scam. However, the fear is that, of course, Novatech is going to be going somewhere. Now, nobody knows but Novatech. So there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of people saying this and saying that. There's a lot of people writing support tickets on this stuff. And due to that overwhelming response from what I perceive, and this is just my opinion, what I perceive as a very minor issue, support has had a hard time, what I'm hearing, getting to the real pressing issues, getting to the issues that really are affecting people, like whether their emails are right or like simple stuff like that, and PIN numbers and withdrawal issues, maybe. You know, I've still hear some people, some rumblings around. It's just rumblings. It's not the majority at all. But I hear rumblings of people that are having some problems getting withdrawals from their trading account. And I've said this in previous videos before. I'm not a person, one, that can help you with that, but two, believes in pulling from their trading account in Novatech. So because I'm not an advocate for it, and I'm just sharing my opinion here on my channel, that's all I do. I don't have many words for those that that's what they're trying to do, or that's what they wanted to do. You have to talk to somebody that is going through that. My goal is to build wealth with Novatech. My goal is to protect this house we love called Novatech. And there's a conversation I was having offline, and I'm only going to share a bit of this, but the conversation pretty much was, it was a list of things that was sent to me that someone wanted me to send to my upline to say all these different things that Novatech needs to do to improve. And it was a healthy list of things that they said. And I'm not going to go into mentioning what was said, but what I responded back and said was, one, I appreciated the time and effort that they put in, the thought that they put into this list, because it was thought out. But one thing that I said to him was, this house was built before we moved in. So, and it was a thriving house, a successful house. So I'm not going to be that new tenant that comes in and says, oh, this needs to do this. Oh, see, look, I'm knocking my headphones off, getting too excited. Look, this needs to be here. This needs to do this. We need to do this with that, with that, with that, with that. No, it's not my place. It's not my place. I'm not the owner. I may be a person that is sharing my experience and have benefit from sharing my experience. I'm trying to become a better leader every day. But one thing I'm not is the owner. One thing I'm not is support. And one thing we are not, as people that are involved with Novatech, are either of those two things. We're not support, and even though we can be supportive, we're not support. There's only certain things that we can do as people that are involved in Novatech, right? I think we can all agree on that. But the other thing we are not are the owners of Novatech. We do not own Novatech. Okay? We do not make those decisions. Yes, we may have some input. Yes, the people have a voice. Let's not get that twisted. And yes, ownership, and yes, the leadership is listening. They hear us. A lot of them are seeing this before we even have an issue with it. I mean, they know about these problems before most of them know about these issues before we do. So my posture is going to be a little bit of trust in a space that's hard to trust. I will say that. I will say that. Historically, this space in general is hard to have trust in. But in my opinion, I do believe this opportunity has done enough for me to allow me to have some trust and some patience. So I can only speak for myself. But I do believe that some of the things that are going on in Novatech, they're not things that we need to be so frantic about. They are not things that I will be getting frantic about. Here's another thing. I'm hearing a lot of issues with PIN numbers and different things like that. It's very important that when you're signing up for this platform, I understand that I haven't been the best upline, but there's certain things that I've built this channel on, right? There's certain, and I know a lot of you are new. Some of you are new. Some of you have been watching me for a while. But remembering your login information is important in every platform. Any type of PIN number you set up is important in everything you do. So if you're not setting up pins that you're going to remember, I don't think that you should be in this space. I don't. Um, there are certain things that, it, and it may seem elementary to some, but these are some of the issues that people are having. They're forgetting PIN numbers and, you know, writing down the wrong email addresses. And I'm not getting on anybody, but what I'm saying is that we have to be especially careful when we are in the space. It's already risky enough, let alone you inputting the wrong thing and you not having access to your own stuff. So we have to be we have to pay attention a little bit more. Um, of course, those of you that have been watching me for the last couple weeks, you know that I have established a Novatech Telegram group for a specific realm of people, right? And I classify them as the Platinum Associates in Leadership and Up, right? And those of you that are VIPs and up. I do understand that leaves out a whole lot of people. So what I'm thinking about doing is having a Telegram group that is solely for new people. However, the issue is, well, it may not be an issue if I make it private. All my other private groups have seemed to work pretty well. So what I may do, what you may see me do, and I'll always do an announcement before I actually choose to do this so that people know that I'm actually going to do it. But I may start a Telegram group that is solely for new people with information on how to make sure that you're getting started the best way that you can. Okay. We already know some of the rules, like you have to be funded in the first 48 hours. Don't dilly dally with that. If you're not, then you'll pretty much have to start your registration all over again. So don't waste that time. Okay. Be ready to make your deposit when you're ready to make the deposit. Of course, there's some things that, let's see. There's a few things that are probably important for the new person to know. There's a lot of things. So I'm considering making that group. But please also get inside your Novatech accounts, click on announcement, and join at the very least, join the official Novatech group. All right. There's only one official Novatech group on Telegram, and you can access it right there in your back office by pressing announcements, and it'll take you to where you can get into that group. Okay. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, all right. So as we start talking about Novatech going forward, there's going to be some changes that I'm going to make about sharing the information. Some of you have already noticed that I stopped putting up videos of my back office and different things of that nature because I want to stay compliant with the company. The company is now asking that we stop publicly sharing ROIs and different things of that nature. And my intention is to protect Novatech, right? I want to protect this house. I want to protect this opportunity for not only myself, but everyone involved, especially for the people that I have brought involved. So what I will be doing is I'll just be sharing ROI. Of course, we're going to get on Fridays and talk about how amazing Friday feels, but we may not jump on here and share the percentage with everyone through voice. We may just drop that in our private groups and chats and different things of that nature to keep it out of the public sphere. There's a lot of people that just don't want to see Novatech succeed. And Novatech is going to succeed whether we want it to here in America or not, because we have to understand that it's a global opportunity. And this is an opportunity that I think the number that was given to me that it's either 40 or 60% of the people in Novatech are in the United States. And as that may be a sizable number, it's still out here for the world. And Novatech will go where they're wanted. If the powers that be here in America continue to show that they don't want people that live in their country to have better and want more and be able to achieve more through vehicles like this, which doesn't make any sense to me, because it would make sense that you want your citizens to thrive, right? But anyway, if If they can't come to the agreement that this is something that they want in America, then it'll just be a blessing to the people in the rest of the world. And we'll have to miss out. Of course, I don't want to see that day come. So what I am going to strive to do going forward is make sure that I'm being as compliant as possible while letting people know that Novatech is an amazing opportunity that has changed my life. And there are certain things that I don't have to go into, but there are certain things that I definitely can. And with those things, we want to definitely highlight them. You know, we won't get into the numbers, but just know that there are people in Novatech that are making more in a week than people make in a year. And that can be from their own merits, their own abilities, not even having to talk to anybody else about it, just what they are able to do on their own. So, anyway, I had to come on here and talk about Novatech. Of course, am I tripping about this cease and refrain order? No. I do believe that it will be resolved. I have trust in the legal team at Novatech, and what they have established is strong, and it's here, and it's working, and it's doing what it's been doing, even with the exponential growth that it has experienced, and the amount of FUD and craziness that is thrown out there about this platform. It just continues to deliver. And hey, I can't complain. And there's a lot of people that can't complain. And there's a lot of people that shouldn't complain, but will. And that's just the nature of the beast. But want to make it clear, I'm here to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to protect this house, while still having enough non-bias to understand that this is a journey that I'm on in many different platforms. Okay, this may be my favorite, and I want to protect it. But at the end of the day, I know the space, I know the risk, and I understand that I never want to deposit anything in any of these platforms that I'm not willing to lose. If Novatech were to go away right now, I would have to be prepared. I can't go off and do something crazy. I can't, put my family in a bad position, and of course, this has only helped my family be in a better position. However, we would have to move forward if it were to happen. Do I believe it's going to happen? No, not anytime soon. That's just my opinion, though, and take it for what it is. With that being said, this is long-winded, I know, but I had to just talk a little bit about Novatech. It's been so good to me, but we want to continue to have it be good for not only me selfishly, but everyone that is involved with it and those that are sitting on the fence. It's important that you, for me, if I was sitting on the fence and I was saying, hey, do I really want to be a part of this community, this opportunity? Is this something that I want to do? And I'm that person that is accountable for my own decisions. And I'm that person that is willing to do some due diligence, right? May see me on for the first time here on YouTube talking about my experience in the company. One thing that I would say to that person, other than do your own due diligence and make your own choices, be accountable for them, and to make sure that you never deposit anything that you're not willing to lose, I would say make sure you're listening to someone that is actually a part of the community. Don't waste a whole lot of time listening to people that have not been a part of this or have not taken that leap that you're considering taking the leap. Because you'll find, I believe, that there's more negativity on that side than there is on this side. All right? With that being said, please put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. I will see you on the next one. This is Novatech. Peace out.